The Big Why.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the Big Why. Today, me and brother Muhammad will be answering the toughest question you, my dear viewers, have in mind. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
How are you today?
I'm excited for the questions.
So, just to remind the viewers, we're expecting a phone call from one of you and we'll answer them. So,
Phone should be ringing any minute.
there we go. Assalamu alaikum, the Big Why. Can I take your name, please? And where are you calling from? And can I have the question? Okay. I think I have all of it down, and I'll make sure to pass on your question to Brother Muhammad, and feel free to phone in again if you have any other questions. Thank you. Ma'assalam. Bye. So, Maryam from London asked, is it permissible to seek help from anyone other than God, such as the Prophet and Imams?
Very, very good question. So is it permissible to seek help from anyone? And also the addition to that is actually, what if it was like the Prophet or the Imams, going to seek help from them as well? So let's answer first half of the question actually first. When you're ill and you're in bed, right? You're laying there, you wake up, you feel really, really bad, you can't even get out of bed. What do?
Call a doctor.
You call a doctor? No, but before even you call a doctor, who do you call in the house?
Your parents.
Yeah, you call your parents. So you tell Mama, Baba, please can you get me maybe some paracetamol? Can you get me some help? Can you get me something to drink from downstairs? So step one, you asked for help from who?
My parents.
Your parents.
Yeah.
Then if your parents then need help, and actually they've tried everything they can, who do they then call?
The doctor.
They then go and seek for help from the doctor. So instantly in our day-to-day lives, we're going and we're turning to other people to seek for help all the time. We're always going to seek for help from people. If you need to build a building or you need to build a bridge, you go and seek help from an engineer to make sure that you're building a proper bridge. If you need medical advice, you go and seek help from a doctor. If you need legal advice, you go and seek help from a lawyer. Naturally, as human beings, we're always going to find ourselves in positions where we actually need to go and seek help. Now, here's the interesting thing. Who is it that's actually curing you when you're in pain and you're ill and you go and you ask the doctor for help and the doctor gives you medicine? Is it the medicine that makes you better?
Yeah.
But actually, who made the medicine?
Humans.
And who made the humans?
Allah.
Aha. So can you see how if you follow the chain up and up and up and up and up, you realize that all of that chain actually connects to
Allah.
I'm going to give you an analogy. If my phone was to die and there was no more battery on my phone, and I go and I look and I take my charger and I plug it into an extension cable, and that extension cable is then plugged into another extension cable, and that other extension cable is plugged into another extension cable and another extension cable, another extension cable. Eventually, all of these extension cables have to be plugged into what? A brick wall main socket, right? If they're not connected to the main socket, will my phone charge?
No.
So what you're realizing is that when you go and ask your mum for help, and then your mum goes and asks the doctor, and the doctor goes to the medicine, and the medicine, when you follow all of these chains upwards, you end up in with who?
Allah.
Now, you always end up back at Allah. So the thing is that when you ask another human for help, yes, on the physical, you might be asking another human for help, but deep down in your heart, you have to know that who's actually going to help you?
Allah.
Allah is going to help you. You have to remember always that the people in front of you are only extension cables, and the only person ultimately who can actually help is
Allah.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. So there's no hawla wa la quwwa is power except for Allah, and that applies to everything. Okay, so when we go to the Prophet or the Imams to ask for help, actually we are asking them for help, but who's given the Imams and the Prophets and the Imams power? Allah. So the most important thing with this question is, yes, you may be able to seek help from other people. Deep in our hearts, we have to always remember that the ultimate person who's going to be able to help us in any situation is
Allah.
Allah. And we have that in the Quran. There's so many different analogies where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will tell us, if you plant seeds into the garden, are you the ones who are planting the seeds and getting the vegetation, or are we the ones that are planting the seeds and getting the vegetation? So Allah over and over and over again reminds us that, look, yes, in this world, in this physical world, it may look like that you're the ones that are doing stuff and you're the ones getting the results, but in reality is, you would never be able to get the results if it wasn't for Allah. So let's set our intentions clear, and let's always make sure that no matter what we do, even if we seek help in the physical world from other people, or whether it's the Prophets or the Imams, we have to remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the ultimate provider of everything.
That's a beautiful answer, as always. I'm sure that cleared up Maryam's mind. And as always, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode, and
Ma salama.
Ma salama.
The Big Why.